Welcome everybody back into another edition of On Point Wrestling Entertainment presented by Prime Sports World. On today's episode of the show, we're going to give you our preview for the Survivor Series 2025 edition. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. If you want to join me here in the chat, join me down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about my predictions here for Survivor Series 2025. As the temperature starts to drop, WWE starts to heat up as we start to get ready into the Royal Rumble, get into WrestleMania, the Elimination Chamber. This is where the WWE really starts to heat up. And in traditional WWE fashion under Triple H, pretty short card here. We got just four main match cards to dive into, but they all have some varying levels of interest. Let's get into it. This is in San Diego. I know I got some coworkers, including coworker Sergio, who's going to be down in San Diego, watching this pay-per-view, PLE, I guess it's Premium Live Event. And if you're not already aware, you need to have the ESPN app or ESPN Plus in order to watch this pay-per-view. It's no longer going to be streamed on Peacock. For those of you that don't already know this. 2025 Survivor Series. This is our preview show. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast here at Prime Sports World. We do lots of sporting stuff, college football, basketball, the NBA. We do fantasy football. We do the NFL. Keep an eye for all that content. We got to cover in all formats. So Prime Sports World, and this is On Point Wrestling Entertainment. I am David On Point Huffman. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the match card, the PLE card. We're going to start first with the Women's War Games match. We got Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee making up the face team, going up against Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Asuka. Man, a typo in there. I hate when stuff like that happens. Let me get in there real quick and fix that. Kairi Sane and the man, Becky Lynch. The build for this one has been pretty interesting, kind of having Becky Lynch come out of nowhere. It does feel like Nia Jax and Lash Legend were kind of thrown into the heel team. Kairi Sane and Asuka, the women's tag team titles currently, took those titles from Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And I like the dynamic, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, they've had their differences, but they were able to come together. Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley were able to come together as well and join a team here in this particular match. And AJ Lee obviously having feud with Becky Lynch as the last member of this particular team. It's been a pretty interesting build. I enjoyed when they had Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley kind of go into the room together. Kind of remind me of old school WWE, where they're just kind of working on themselves. So the build's been okay. We got the heel team, we got the face team, but who's going to be winning it? My prediction is it's going to be Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee get the victory here, with AJ Lee getting the pin on Becky Lynch. So they can continue their feud, which will probably eventually be for the IC title. I don't imagine Maxine Dupree will hold this title for very long. Imagine Becky Lynch or AJ Lee. Becky Lynch will win it back from her, probably in a random episode of Raw, and then AJ Lee and Becky Lynch can have their feud as they fight over this title. Thank you very much, whoever's watching me over there on Facebook and on Twitch. If you have any comments about any of my predictions, please leave them down in the comment section. I do expect there to be some crazy stuff going on in this match. Even though the face team is going to win, there will be some fallout, especially when it comes to the former tag team titles champions. I expect Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair to fall out in this match as Alexa Bliss turns on Charlotte Flair. There has been some hints and some rumblings of Alexa Bliss kind of turning on Charlotte Flair, the way that she kind of lured her into that room and the way she's kind of had some heel tendencies. I think that's Alexa Bliss attacks Charlotte Flair during this match. That'll be a post-Survivor Series feud with the grand finale between the two happening at Mania. These two have always had kind of an interesting relationship as the tag team champs. So I think they'll have the big blow-off match there at WrestleMania between the two. But the heel team also implodes, which eventually leads to their victory. I think Nia Jax and Lash Legend, the fact that they were even included in this was kind of interesting, but I think it's going to lead into a tag team title feud. They are going to turn on Asuka and Kairi Sane, attack them during this match at some point. This chaos ultimately cost their team the title, as Becky Lynch is left all alone as the rest of her team has fallen out. And she is eventually pinned by AJ Lee after taking every single finisher there is in this particular match. And I know it sounds like Rhea Ripley and Io Sky don't have much to do in this, but Rhea Ripley will have some big-time moments, especially probably with Nia Jax. I expect her to hit like a riptide on Nia Jax at some point during this match. And in case you're wondering, yes, Io will jump off the top of the cage in a trash can in Survivor Series tradition. I think she's the most experienced person in this match, and maybe in any Survivor Series. I don't know. She's been in 3 or 4 of them. She's got a lot of experience with this particular match type. So, I have the face team winning, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee getting the victory. Let me know down in the comment section if you agree with that prediction. I also have some falling out happening. Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair, and I have the heel team imploding with Nia Jax, Lash Legend turning on Asuka and Kairi Sane. It also could go the other way around too, but I think that makes more sense. Nia Jax and Lash Legend turning on Kairi Sane and Asuka. From there, we got the Women's Championship, World Championship. We got Stephanie Vaquer, the current champion, going up against Nikki Bella, who is challenged for this title. This build's been okay. I mean, they kind of started as teammates, and then they couldn't get the win. Nikki Bella, they kept falling short. So Nikki Bella eventually attacked Stephanie Vaquer, to get over that. It's been okay. I think it's been kind of super sped up. I would have liked to seen a little bit more slow burn on this, but it is what it is. With the match itself, I think Nikki Bella gets the victory. And don't groan. I know groan. I know people hate Nikki Bella, but it does sound like Nikki Bella just signed a multi-year contract extension with WWE, so she's going to be here for kind of a long time. And I know Stephanie just won the title, but something I absolutely hate as somebody who watches wrestling on a regular basis is when somebody goes heel, turns their back on their morals, and then they lose. What was it for? Why would you turn your back on everything you stood for just to kind of lose a title match? I think you have to put the title match on Nikki Bella. It's just a little bit of a change. She doesn't have to hold the title long. I mean, Stephanie Vaquer can win it back in a few weeks. And you can also find a way to protect her. I mean, Brie Bella could make her long rumored return to WWE and help her sister out, her twin sister. But one caveat to that, I hope to God she doesn't come back to that terrible, terrible music, that Brie mode. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you heard that song that she used to when she was tag team with Daniel Bryan that last time she was on TV. Just hopefully she doesn't come out to that particular music. I don't enjoy that. Shenanigans will be present. Nikki Bella will walk away the champion. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think it's time. I think they're just going to pull the trigger on it and let Nikki have a title run here, especially if she signed a 4-year deal. I think they reward people for being loyal to the company. From there, we got the John Cena in his last PLE event. Start the Waterworks now. Intercontinental title match against Dominic Mysterio, the man he just took the title from a few weeks ago. The bill it's been okay on this. Another one has just been okay. John Cena obviously took the title from Dom in Boston a few weeks ago. I don't even think he's had a defense yet of that title since then. Dominic requested a title shot and got the title shot there on. Thanks, Papa Bear. I appreciate you liking the podcast. Thank you very much. And then John Cena going up against Dominic, he kind of requested a title shot from John Cena. Many people, when they announced that John Cena was going to be on this card, people just assumed that he was going to be somewhere in the War Games match. That's not going to be the case. He will be having a one-on match with Dominic Mysterio, going up against John Cena, who's the champion. And there's no reason to give this rematch to Dom if he's not going to win the match, which is why I think Dominic Mysterio is going to win the title here at here at Survivor Series. You gave John Cena his big moment in Boston a few weeks ago. Now you can give Dirty Dominic Mysterio his big moment in San Diego. He's from there. His family's from there. The 619 is the area code of San Diego. It's not like he doesn't deserve it. I mean, Dominic Mysterio has put in such good work this year, especially if John Cena goes on to win his final match, which I'm predicting that he will in 2 or 3 weeks from now, the 13th. Dom can say that I was the last person to pin John Cena in a match. It's heel work 101. And I'd also like to see Dom win this match clean as a whistle. Shout out to Simon Miller with no distraction, interference, or confusion. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a match without any of that stuff. So I'm sure Rey Mysterio is going to be involved at some point during this match. And I'm sure the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, and that is not coming to me right now. Finn Balor and the rest of the Judgment Day will be involved in the finish. But I think either way, no matter how it shakes out, Dominic Mysterio will walk away as the champion. I just don't see a scenario where John Cena comes out, wins this title. There is a relative possibility that he could win this title. But I would honestly be pretty shocked. I think Dominic Mysterio deserves to have this reign and continue. You gave John Cena his moment in Boston. You made him a Triple Crown champion. And now you need to put the title back on its rightful owner, Dominic Mysterio. Although with Dominic Mysterio, at least on the stretch of this, the last couple months that he's had this title, he hasn't really had any legitimate feuds at any point during that run. So let's see him turn that up a little bit. Let's see him get into some teeth and some real interesting stuff for Dominic Mysterio as he moves forward as the Intercontinental Champion. Because I don't imagine if John Cena was to win, I don't think the last match is now tournament is going to be for this title. I think he'll have to retire it. So I think that's the way things are going to have to go. And I got Dominic Mysterio retaining. And we got a lot of titles changing hands here in this particular match. So we got a lot of fallout. I know this match is only 4 cards, but I do expect each of the War Games matches to be at least an hour long, with a 20-minute Dominic Mysterio John Cena match and about 20-minute Stephanie Becerra Nikki Bella match. So about 2.5 hours of a pay-per-view that you'll have to watch, that we get to watch later today from San Diego. Beautiful San Diego. And then finally, the nightcap, I guess the afternoon cap, depending on where you are on the world. But the men's War Game match, we got the face team, which is CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns going up against the heel team of Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman, the advocate, overseeing all of this content, all of the heel team. As for the winner, so the build, I thought the build has been awesome. Having CM Punk feud with the Vision, he recruits Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns comes in at the last minute, and then for the Vision to recruit Brock Lesnar, obviously with the help of with Paul Heyman, to bring in Drew McIntyre to get that favor for Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul to kind of join the Vision. It's kind of like an understudy. I honestly think that the build to this match has been super fun, and I'm super excited to see how this match ends up playing out in the long run. But I think this has been an absolute fire build from WWE. But when it comes to the victor, I think it's going to be Braun Breaker, the Vision, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar getting the victory here. Really, this match should be the Braun Breaker show. This is the first time that I can remember. I could be wrong, so please don't quote me on that. I spent a lot of my life being wrong. First time for Braun Breaker in the main event of a major PLE event. Dude should run rampant and destroy everyone. It should absolutely be his coming out party, as he just looks like the dominant force that he's basically been over the last couple of months, but on a even grander scale. I expect him to spear everybody, destroy everybody. It should be his absolute coming out party. And I do think he eventually gets the pin on Jimmy Uso with some things way things are melting down. I think Braun Breaker is going to be an absolute bona fide superstar if WWE does this correctly. The way he comes out of this smelling like roses, I think you could have him, put him in some interesting feuds right after this. Speaking of which, So some things I expect out of this match. First will be the return of Austin Theory. He's been cleared to return for a kind of a while now. He does make a lot of sense to join the Vision. He's been on the show. He makes a lot of sense to join that group. He can kind of be like the understudy. That I would actually prefer Austin Theory to kind of be a face at some point when he comes back, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think he's going to go back to his heel persona. I think he will join the Vision. I think he makes a lot of sense in that group. And I think he gets involved somewhere in this match. Also, another big thing that I absolutely expect, I think Jey Uso is going to turn heel in this match, especially on his brother Jimmy Uso, which is why I think Jimmy Uso will eventually take the pin as part of this match. They've been teasing it for a while. You see kind of Jey Uso kind of turning over this new leaf there, kind of being a little more selfish, a little more about himself. I think they finally pulled the trigger on that. I think they've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I don't think there's any reason to still wait that. But I don't think that that's going to be enough for them to get the win because Jey Uso, he'll be putting himself into place to victory to win this match. But unfortunately, you know who shows up? L.A. Knight. Yeah. He shows up. He takes out Jey Uso. If you don't already know, L.A. Knight won his match against The Miz on Friday. I know it was a pre-recorded, but those two guys will have a match in the John Cena Last Matches Now tournament. I think it's on Monday or Friday. I can't really remember right now off the top of my head. But I think LA Knight will show up, and I think he will take out Jey Uso. He will, having, Jey Uso the heel turn, and I think you have LA Knight face, Jey Uso heel going into that match on Friday or Monday night, whenever that match in particular takes place. LA Knight will take out Jey Uso. And then, I have Braun Breaker. They're celebrating. The heel team is celebrating their big time victory. And I think that's when Braun Breaker strikes. I think he attacks Brock Lesnar just like he did Seth Rollins. And we head into that feud. I just think it makes way too much sense. I think Braun Breaker should beat Brock Lesnar probably at Mania. Because I think that was the way we were going to go anyways. You just basically replace Seth Rollins with Brock Lesnar, and you go that way with that feud as we move on. And you still make Braun Breaker feel like a star. The heels still win. And I think attacking him after the match, I think it's something super cool to go off the air on. You have Paul Heyman, Hulk torn. He doesn't know what to do. I think he eventually ends up staying with Brock Lesnar. Because Braun Breaker, kind of put him in the moment there. And I think that ends up becoming a really interesting feud as we head towards the end of the year with Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar going at it as they do on the end there. I also really like it if Randy Orton found a way to return in this match, but it feels like I have so many other shenanigans predicted that I just don't think a places for him is there. But what do you think about all that? I got the heel team of Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman getting the victory in this War Games match, the men's version. And then as some other side notes, I have Austin Theory returning to join the Vision. I have Jey Uso returning heel. I have LA Knight attacking Jey Uso, taking him out of the match. And then I have Braun Breaker turning on Brock Lesnar as this match ends, as they're celebrating their victory. Braun Breaker attacks Brock Lesnar, very similar to what he did to Seth Rollins. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about that prediction. Do you think that's wonky? You think that's trash? I don't know. Let me know because I'm interested in finding out people's opinions. Just some stranded thoughts right before we get out of this video. I do wish there was one more match on this card, whether that be the United States title match, either tag team titles, to be frank with you, Jade Cargill's title, which I can't remember the name of that particular title right off the top of my head. I know it's the women's champion, hardcore heavyweight champion, but I think it has like a certain name. And then either of the women's mid-card titles, obviously the Intercontinental title can't be defended because, Maxine Dupree just won it. And, the people that are probably going to be vying for that title is in the War Games match. But the United States title has just felt completely aimless, completely pointless since they debuted it. It just doesn't seem like the WWE cares about those titles right now, especially either tag team match title and the United States women's title. And then finally, as much as I love the War Games as a gimmick, I would like to see the WWE go back to the traditional 5-on-5 match. Like, I know we got it last night on SmackDown, but it's just not the same. War Games should not be just a given. Like, we're just going to do it every single year, no matter what. Like, there should be a reason that we're having or breaking out this gimmick. Otherwise, traditionally, honestly, I'd like to see like one War Games match and then one traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. I just think that'd be more fun. I think the cachet of the War Games thing has kind of worn off a little bit for me. I can't even remember the last one, like the last two. The last one I remember is like the Sami Zayn Bloodline match a few years ago. But the last couple have just been pretty forgetful. But I mean, the action's always incredible. The matches are always insane. So I think it's a fun match. I think you can do one of them and not the other. I just like to see them bring back their traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. But either way, this should be a very, very fun pay-per-view. Hopefully you're able to watch it. If you have the ESPN app, there are other ways to watch it. If you know, you know. You can watch it through Netflix if you know, you know. But yeah, I'm David On Point Huffman. Thank you very much for joining us here at Prime Sports World. This has been On Point Wrestling Entertainment. We are bringing you our preview for the 2025 Survivor Series. We went through every single match on the card, and hopefully you guys all enjoyed as I enjoyed putting this all together. But yeah, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. We will do a recap show on Monday. Pretty brief one, just wrapping up exactly what happened in every single match. And if you're interested in reading my predictions blog, I will be posting that on the Mid-Card Mess Facebook group. So keep an eye out for that. I put a lot of time into it, so just check it out. Let me know. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. But with all that being said, thank you very much for joining me here at Prime Sports World and On Point Wrestling Entertainment. I'm David On Point Huffman. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast as we bring you guys consistent content on a regular basis. And here at Prime Sports World, we bring the heat. We'll see you guys all next time. Enjoy the pay-per-view. Peace out.